Alright everyone, let's talk about it. This is Blue Lock. I mean, they got one good scene here, so kind of. This is kind of Blue Lock, I guess. Hey guys, and welcome back to another brand new Blue Lock video. And yes, after the insane looking shot or scene by Shido Ryusei in episode 10, we are still getting the hype from it, and we got another goal from him in the latest episode. And I would pretty much argue that this is literally the best scene in the entirety of season 2 or the U20 match because of how well executed the actual goal actually is. The animation looks insane as well. The impact frames, the smears, the angle, everything about this one particular scene looks incredibly well made. And yes, you can call it Sakuga because it's finally in Sakuga Boru. Wow, what a surprise, am I right? This is literally the second clip of season 2 of Blue Lock that has been added. The first one was the last episode's goal, and the second one is literally this one. For people that are saying, oh, Shido Ryusei is saving the hell out of Blue Lock, well, I can't deny that because the only good looking animation or pretty well or decent animation are basically Shido's goal. So you can sort of say that Blue Lock is being saved by Shido's goal because of how well executed this scene are. So yeah, Shido Ryusei, the famous antenna guy that my friend Kamioku likes, is literally saving the hell out of Blue Lock, like in terms of animation obviously. Alright, before we continue any forward, let's talk about Shido Ryusei's actual flow scene. So this particular scene was animated by Takashi Tomioka. This particular animator has showed up in the season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen and animated the Toji versus Gojo fight. I mean, like, not the entirety of the particular scene, but at least the Aka part of that fight. And yes, he is pretty good at animating effects animation, which is why Shido's particular goal looks incredibly well animated in terms of how it was being shot and in terms of how well the effects animation looks like, because this particular animator is pretty much specializes in terms of the 2D effects, which is why I'm not sure if it's just me, but I personally think that that stand out the most in terms of how this particular scene is being structured is the effect animation of how the ball actually is going towards the goal post, and it actually looks very well animated. The effects looks great. Obviously the angle is very similar to the manga, which is, I mean, has always been the case for Blue Lock. They have always been very justifying the actual panel. They have been one-to-one-ing the scenes from the anime to the manga, which is why some people are pretty much happy even though it is just still frame. But yes, the additional effects, the additional impact frames, the additional angle of Shido basically shooting the legs being moved up and then go towards the bowl looks great. The impact frames looks incredible. The effects, the purple pink-ish effects looks great, which is why I personally really like this particular scene, and which is why I personally think this is the best looking scene in the entirety of Blue Lock season 2, which is not a hard thing to do if you have a proper production time, proper production, and a talent such as Takashi Tomioka. But yes, going back to the topic itself, episode 11, that one particular scene really blows everyone's mind by how well animated, by how well executed the goal actually is. And to be honest, it looks cool. It looks incredibly well made. It looks incredibly nice looking. The CGI stuff on the freaking spur, the cells, it looks incredible. The concept itself, without any context, is pretty weird. I mean, like, it's Shido Ryusei for you, but yeah, overall I do think it's a pretty well executed goal. Overall, I have no words. This particular goal is literally the definition of saving the budget for that one scene, even though they didn't, but whatever. But overall, I do think this is the highlight highlight of this particular episode, and it is literally one of the best of season 2. Will this particular scene be the best scene in the entirety of the U20 arc? So far, yes. But will there be another scene that will top this goal? We don't know yet, since I don't know who will be scoring next. What if it's Isagi and he will be having a much better looking goal than Shido Ryusei? Then that is pretty much kind of possible. I mean, Isagi is the main character of Blue Lock, so why not give the main character of Blue Lock some appreciation and give him one of the best looking scene, best looking goal in the entirety of U20 match. Overall, it's a 2-0 in terms of how well executed and how well animated Shido's goal actually has been looking like in the entirety of the season 2. Let me just connect the actual thumbnail to the video itself. This is Blue Lock. This is what Blue Lock should have looked like. This is what Blue Lock should have had in like what the past few episodes, but unfortunately they just have this one scene and it's literally just the last few episodes of this particular season. So I mean, sure thing, at least we have this type of scene. So I really hope there could be more of this in the future episodes. I mean, like, it's almost the end, so yeah. Shohei Baro. Yes, he is finally playing on the field and there are a lot of shot that looks pretty great. I mean, like, those are just slideshows, those are just still frames, so it's not really a big thing, but I really do like the way they are visualizing or presenting some of the idea that they are trying to actually deliver. Obviously those are just slideshows, those are just still frames, but I mean, it's Blue Lock, so yeah. A very cool thing I would like to mention is the transition from Aiku to Reo from the very first minute of this particular episode. It looks pretty great. The glitch that pretty much says that he is copying Aiku's move is kind of cool, I guess. So yeah, whatever. It's not really a big deal, but it's kind of cool and I would like to just mention it. Some negative thing related to this episode is pretty much the CGI usage for some scene that looks really bad. Like that one particular scene where Gagamaru is asking them to go and then it's about to throw the ball. That particular scene looks very bad. It looks like a very low quality PSP game that you just make half-baked. Like that particular scene really looks bad. Like the model itself is already bad, the movement is already bad. Overall, that particular scene looks just bad. It looks incredibly ew. No offense to the animator whatsoever, but it's just not it. Those particular shot, those particular scene with CGI models moving, and then it's just like basically, even though it is a wide shot, they are moving, our eyes is on them, it looks bad. The model itself is bad. The way it is being rendered literally looks like they are unfinished, and the way they move is just too NPCs or just too robotic. It literally looks like a cutscene from a game from like 2010. Like, what the hell? Don't get me wrong, I don't hate the CGI usage in anime, especially if you are good at it, but this particular CGI usage are just not it. CGI is the future of anime. They will keep using CGI, they will keep utilizing this particular feature, and it's a good thing. You don't need to draw the same frame again and again, you just need to move the CGI model. Yes, in short, it is much more convenient than drawing it frame by frame because you just need to key animate the actual CGI model itself. But then the CGI utilization in Blue Lock itself is not really the best. Sure, they are running, if it's just a fast-paced scene where they are running, it's just like a very quick scene, 2 seconds. We don't really need to pay that much of attention towards what is on our screen because they are just running. Even though they are CGI, it's completely fine to use them. But right when someone is just stopping there talking or just walking towards someone and it is in CGI, it looks awful. It doesn't look great, which kind of takes away the mood out of like, this is just not Blue Lock, this is just something else, this is out of this anime. Not gonna lie, that is my major complaint for this particular episode because the CGI usage for some scene really looks bad. It's not like it is like unnoticed whatsoever. Sure, you have some running shot or you have some running scenes that uses CGI, it's just like a few seconds, sure thing, I can look away, I can just ignore that. But some scenes that are actually important, that are actually need our concentration to look at the screen and then actually analyze some stuff related to it, and then they are using CGI models on it, and then the half-baked movement, the unrendered CGI models is just not it. But it is what it is. It's just, I'm just pissed at how bad the CGI looks at some point, at the point where I need to concentrate and then I saw CGI like moving and it's just unrendered stuff. It's just unpleasing to watch. I'm sorry that you need to hear me ranting endlessly about CGI, because this has been one of the biggest problem with Blue Lock. Sure thing, slideshows, PowerPoints, still frames, those I can tolerate with those. At least it looks great, at least the artwork looks pretty nice. I don't care if they're not running at all. I did say that I much prefer moving stuff other than still frames, but at this point, if they keep showing up some unfinished rendering of the models and just some robotic movement, to be honest, I might just like still frames just PowerPointing at me. But I can't do shit. I can't animate, I can't pay the worker, I can't pay my animator to join in the production for Blue Lock, so I'm just here to give my point of view, and those are basically it. As the video says, this is Blue Lock. I'm not sure if you want to take this video as a positive or negative, because I did include both sides, where part of the episode looks great, part of the episode looks pretty nice, looks great, and that one scene looks incredibly well executed. On the other hand, CGI scenes just kind of make me pissed at how it still exists, how this type of CGI scene still exists here in this modern day. But yeah, this is Blue Lock. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next Blue Lock video. Goodbye.